On to Proto Castle. Hopefully the Darkman encounters are made more interesting this time. So far I'm liking how this game is turning out. I don't really have any major complaints. Not sure how useful that's gonna be. I need to try that out against ground-based enemies. I think it's more powerful than any weapon in the game, damage-wise, but I need to use it against a power muscler. So I guess I'll save this for the power musclers and those kinds of enemies. I know, Squigs, but it certainly is fun. Combined with the dash cans, it makes Mega Man feel more like bass. In the original game, I'd agree with you, but in this game, well, there are several competitors for that title. And that's why I love the Star Crash. Bouncy Darkman. Got me because I mistimed my jump. Plus I was low on health anyways. I'll take your word for it, Daibuman. No, Philip, I'll put it last on my list, just for safety. That describes quite a few fangame and ROMAX stages, Daibuman. You'll need to explain that more when we get to it. Hi, Nobitas. Fancy seeing you here instead of Gravity Man's level. I should also use Beat more, to be honest. Quick poll, do you want me to run the Mega Man Maker stream during the morning or during the evening? Currently I'm favoring running it during the morning, around 11:10 AM PDT. You know, this is a good place to use the nitro bomb. Or napalm bomb, sorry. And managed to respawn it, wonderful. The day of the live stream will be Halloween, so this Thursday. For once, the napalm bomb is actually useful. Somewhat useful at the very least. He was kind of easier than his brother. Yeah, Philip, save the Indonesian artifact spoilers for the next game. I know, it's backwards. They're about the same difficulty, or Darkman 2 is easier. Reminder that the reason why I'm not sliding is because it doesn't mesh well with double jumping. Jumping out of slides in this game is a bit awkward. Especially when you have to chain together double jumps with it. Now let's see if I can take this to the end. I wish we had this kind of Star Crash in other ROM hacks. At least we have the space version in Mega Man Maker. You act like a shortcut, Philip. Darkman Tree. In some ways, easier than the second one. The last upgrade item I got from Napalm Man stage, I believe, was the energy exchanger. Don't quote me on that though. Time for the tower stage. You know how this goes. I wish more was done with this stage idea. Like the original, it's barely a stage. What are you, Sigma? I have plenty to spare, so might as well use it. Indeed, Jaden. Interesting ideas, but poorly executed and explored. I know, Squigs, which is why I'm thankful this game has quick weapon swapping and resetting. Funny enough, in that cutscene, there was no Proto Man. Probably the same story beats, though. Just like the original Mega Man 5, we have two sets of fortress levels. First Proto Man's Castle, then the Wily fortress levels. 4 of each. It was a trend started for Mega Man 4. Block trains? That's neat. They can even spawn in ladders. I never seen that before in a Mega Man game. Did it have ladders spawn in like that? I don't recall that happening. So this is why it's different, we actually have ladders. Taking ideas from Dustman's level now. Of course, this was also in the original, I believe. Or put more locations where the Rush Marine isn't outclassed by everything else. Also make the Rush Jet less powerful. One of the other reasons why the Rush Marine wasn't as useful in Mega Man 3 was because of how broken the Rush Jet was. Make it so that the Rush Marine can go in any direction while underwater, as in make it omnidirectional, instead of like the Rush Ship which always goes forwards. Keep the rush coil working underwater, but rush it, make it non-functional underwater. The bouncing at the bottom is throwing me off a bit. I'll make it time it better. It's done. Didn't really like this encounter. Also because I couldn't time the eye shots properly. If I was better with timing, this would have been done at least 30 or 45 seconds ago. I'll keep you alive, Vui. You're just playing around in the pool. In fact, for this stage, I'll try keeping all the Vuis alive if possible. I agree with Daibuman. I only remember a few of the tracks. Strange considering how everything else in the game is fine. Even Mega Man 8 has a better soundtrack, to be honest. How long ago did you play Mega Man 10, Jaden? If it's been over 5 years, I don't blame you exactly. Or if you played a lot of other games in the interim. These Yoko Block sections are a complete joke. I remember you from Hard at Tree. Still like this more than the previous one. I don't have dash jumping. I only have double jumping. Well, I sort of have dash jumping thanks to the dash can, but if I die anywhere, I lose access to dashing until I get another dash can. Rematch stage. Time to introduce Roadmaster weaknesses. First up is Gravity Man. Let me try to Star Crash for old time's sake. No, that's a bad idea. Then it works more like the top spin. Gyro attack. Not so much when I'm upside down, though. Gravity hold? I don't think that's it. I'll do the rest of the 5 buster only. I'm gonna assume it's gravity hold. It's Water Wave. It just tears through his stones. If Stone Man is weak to the Water Wave, then you're weak to something else. What could it be? It's actually Gravity Hold. Perhaps Crystal Eye? Yep, it's Crystal Eye. I'm not trying OG weaknesses, as I already know, none of them have their OG weaknesses. Crystal Man is weak to Power Stone. Napalm Man, probably Charge Kick. Or Water Wave. Maybe Star Crash then? His own weapon? Maybe Water Wave? Yeah, I don't get to his weakness. Unless it's a super arrow or something else. I'm just gonna use the Mega Buster. Sure, go right ahead, Daibuman. Last but not least is Charge Man. No idea what your weakness would be then. It's Water Wave. I guess Stone Man's weakness was not the Water Wave then. When all I did them down, time to face off against Wily. I tried jumping. That's why I don't like to jump out of sliding. The biggest added hurdle of this fight are the bouncing lyrics. Unless I use their weakness, of course. Down he goes. So according to Daibuman, the weakness order of this game is reversed. Wave beats Charge, beats Stone, beats Napalm, beats Crystal, beats Gyro, beats Gravity, beats Star, beats Wave. I didn't want to use Charge against Stone Man because of how the encounter works, especially in the second half. Way too risky. The first phase was originally weak to the Super Arrow. Let's see if that still holds. Nope. Now onto the Wily capsule. Even if I decide to do this without the use of V-tanks, it shouldn't be too bad. The only thing I wish is if the slide was better in this game. Wily's plans have been foiled yet again. I'll answer your question once this game is done. So this is a good time to give my overall thoughts on this ROM hack as a whole. Compared to most other ROM hacks I've played recently, I quite enjoyed this experience. Oh sure, for the most part, it was relatively easy to normal, but that's okay. I don't mind some ROM hacks being on the easier side of things. That way more players can get into ROM hacks, instead of having to jump into the deep end with tougher ROM hacks like CX and No Constancy, or Minus Infinity. Graphics were the same as the original, though modified a bit. The music replacements were nice, but the main meat of the gameplay, the double jumping abilities, and all the gameplay being modified to account for it, was done fairly well, I guess. I wish it was explored a bit more, perhaps in more difficult settings, but that can be saved for a sequel. And some of the bosses were just too easy, I'd say. Too easy to cheese. For instance, poor Charge Man. He really needed a more aerial attack. To be fair, for most bosses, the reasons why they're relatively easy to deal with is because of Mega Man 5's charge shot, and how large it is and how fast it charges up. If this had a Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 3 ability set, all these bosses would be a lot tougher. And the late game did increase the difficulty, though there were some issues with Darkman's castle, where every successive Darkman encounter, with the exception of number 4, was easier than the previous one. The Wily Fortress levels fixed that issue, and they did an acceptable job remixing all the previous level elements. Even the Wily Capsule encounter was less frustrating than usual. There is also the option to play with the dash can always enabled, but I decided not to in case the game decided to pull off some other tricks. With that enabled, it makes the game feel more like a slower paced burst chaser. And I like how you have all those secret items you can collect in the 8 RM stages. That has replayability and promotes you to explore the stages. So overall, I would recommend this Mega Man 5 ROM hack, especially if you're new to playing ROM hacks. To put it another way, although I wished to explore its double jumping mechanics more, it was decent. Well then, I hope you all enjoyed my Let's Play of Rockman 5 Double Jump reviewers. If you enjoyed it, please rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, as they all help out the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Well then, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in a future Let's Play.